All right. Yep.
There you go.
Got each other laughing.
That's my yep. All right, what up, man? It was episode 11. Cooking. My dog Streeto. My sis Alicia. Got my man James in here today on the 1, 2s, and 3s. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to James. We had Taylor Gardens, man. Super dope plays. I'm pretty sure y'all remember the room. We had 27494 Grand River, Livonia, Michigan. Taylor Gardens, man. Super dope event space. We appreciate Morgan for letting us come and use the space, man. So shout out to y'all. But what up, man? It's episode 11. What's cracking? What's cooking? What's the word?
First and foremost, man, I just want to give our condolences to the family of Sandra Davis, Courtney Davis, and Ava Davis. 3 women that lost their life tragically.
In the car, got burnt up in the car.
And got burnt up in the car. So condolences to the family. That's horrible, man.
Yeah, that's serious.
And to make it even more worse, like the little dude from our neighborhood.
Yeah, sure is.
Like,
It's tight.
I mean, what does it take to do something like that? Like, that is such a horrific thing to do. And I heard that they weren't just burned in the car, like they were killed before,
yeah.
And then he put them in the car.
However it was, he drove. Somebody was following him.
What?
So they drove the car, and the car they was in, they followed to the scene, and that's where they burned the car up at. And I guess he got back in the car with them and left.
So they need to be looking for the person that followed him too.
Definitely.
Cause they get charged with murder too.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's more than, because you just as guilty. You all the way guilty.
Yeah. Cause like when somebody commit a crime, you're supposed to tell. You're supposed to go tell the police. But if you don't and you there, like you pretty much can be charged with murder too.
And he left the little 4-year-old boy at home by himself. So he didn't. Then they say, I don't know, allegedly,
right?
He only stabbed the little girl because he ran out of bullets from when he shot the mother and the grandmother.
That's terrible.
And so the mother of the daughter of Ava, she was on a vacation, and when she got back is when she found out the news of what happened with
her baby,
her mother, her daughter, and her sister. Yeah,
that's tight.
Ex-boyfriend or whatever. They
tight.
said she was still messing with the dude. The ex was still messing with the dude who did the killing.
I mean, it's like you never really know the backstory for real, but right. I really want to know. Like, I really want to know how you got the courage to do that to 3 women, you know?
That takes a lot.
Like, what was going on in your head? How was you able to do that? And then not just kill them, but torture them.
Torture them.
That's sad.
Like how we talked about as far as crashing out. Like that was beyond the crash.
That's beyond.
Right
I mean, it just makes you feel like, is your mental health okay?
Yeah.
Like how did you swallow that and able to get up enough courage to do that? You know.
I can see like if it's like in the heat of the moment, like you know what I'm saying. It's like da da da, but you had to do that. You had to put them in a car. You had to drive. You had to burn them up, like.
All that was
that's a lot of thinking.
Yeah, all that was thought out.
Yeah.
He already had his mind made up for him to go through all of that to get to that point.
Yeah. It just really makes you miss the good old days.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and I mean, I understand that, you know, it's always been this type of tragedy throughout time, but not in my life. Like, I have not seen anything graphic like that or heard anything in my neighborhood. Like, back in the day, it just really used to be waking up worrying about what time you can get outside. Yeah. You know? Like,
be back in for the street light.
Right.
But you know what? I didn't see. It's funny because I didn't even have them problems.
You didn't?
I didn't have to be back in by the street light. That's why a lot of people thought my name was really Street Off. But that ain't where my name came from. I was gave that name at birth. And I was out, man. I ain't have to be out in the street light.
My mama would be on the porch. No, my mama would be on the porch yelling my name to the top of her lungs. The neighbors would be like, "You better get home. You better hurry up."
I did not have to abide by them rules.
I think that's where my truck career started. Like, for real.
I ain't really had them problems. It was like, I mean, my mama would be like, you know, make sure you get in. But I would just come and check in. Like,
Then
What's
go
up, man?
back
You
out.
good? I'm gonna be right outside.
Right,
And
'cause
I'll
there
be
was
at the
no
beach
cell
with a center,
phones.
or I'll be suit. And then I come back in. She be like, well, I'm like, no, we just down the street. But I'm back on Pope, or I'm back, you know what I'm saying, do
But see,
whatever
you
I'm
had
doing.
check-ins. You
Yeah.
knew to check
Right,
in.
man, like Alicia said, there wasn't no cell phones.
Nope, it was. That's
And
what
we had beepers.
Y'all had beepers?
Man, look,
Yeah.
I
I
told
didn't
you.
have a beeper.
You didn't?
No, mama,
Man,
no.
I used a beeper and a payphone. Man, somebody beep
Oh, a
you
payphone.
and send you the code. You know
you,
it's
you
them.
know who it is.
I'm going straight to
Drive
the
a kid to a
straight
payphone. Is
to the
there still
payphone.
payphones out?
Yeah, but they
I ain't
rarely
seen
use
none
it.
on no corners.
If you
Man,
find
I
one,
ain't
drive
paying
a
no
kid to
attention.
one and see if they know what it is.
Yeah.
They're around, you know what I'm saying, but not like how they used to.
Yeah, the kids will never understand. Like my friend was telling me something like when her son got in the car one time and it was the roll up window instead of electric window. Like,
ain't know what
like,
it was?
what is this?
That
You
was my
lying.
first car. My first
Ain't know
car
what it
had the
was?
He didn't know
roll.
how to roll the window down.
Yeah.
He's so used to, he's so used to the
Yeah, just the
power
boop, boop.
window. Yeah,
But that lets you know how times
times
change.
change.
Because I remember, like, when I was little coming up, I couldn't go outside till I cleaned up.
Nope.
So I'm thinking more
Every
like
Saturday morning.
summertime, because that's all I really remember. Like younger, it's like summertime. But I would wake up, I have a list of things to do. You gotta wash the walls, you gotta vacuum, you gotta wash your dishes, you gotta rake, you gotta pull the weeds. I'll be up at 7, cause I'm trying to catch everybody by 10. You know what I'm saying?
Catch us
I'm up
outside.
at 7.
Was
so,
they coming to your door,
man,
Docky?
sleep all them Carnell. They knocking at the door. I'm like, man, give me like 10 minutes, man. I'll be outside. Mama like, shit, you better.
Right.
I'm like, man, I wipe the walls, mama. You know what I'm saying? But now I understand. But yeah, my mom used to be playing like Sade and Luther Vandross and music just blast like
All through the house.
Remember back in the like, so we had like that white door, but they had like the big screen at the top. So like the breeze
The
used to come
breeze,
through.
yes.
And like, man, they'd be sitting on the porch waiting on me to come outside.
At least you say you ain't seen none of that kind of stuff in your hood. Where you was from when you was little? Where you grew up at? Like where you grew up at when you was
West
raised?
side. West side. 7 Mile in Livonia.
And you ain't seen no. And it wasn't none of that
I
kind
mean,
of
but see,
violent
you gotta
stuff around
understand,
there?
like, I didn't really play outside like that. I was always in an activity. Like,
Okay.
my mom had me always doing something, so there wasn't really, like, time to go outside.
Oh, yeah.
Like, or I don't know, I used to ballet, tap, track, gymnastics, like, all that on the weekend. And I was
Man.
always busy.
Listen,
Dap Sap, y'all remember Dap Sap?
yeah, I remember that.
Dap Sap.
No, I ain't hip to that. That's the city stuff. How you
Yeah.
know about it?
City study, you know, my auntie stayed on 6 Mile. So I was
Aaron
kind of
Mama?
all, yeah, mama. So I was always bouncing the 6 Mile. You know what I'm saying? So being with Danny and them, I kind of knew certain things.
Mm-hmm.
But
That wasn't, I don't remember.
yeah, no. But yeah, I was outside. I was at my grandma's house, but like outside was the shit.
It was.
It was,
Like man, when you got a bike, it was like you had a car.
Yeah, and I feel like I had a bike every year. Like my mama had to take me to Toys R Us, and I had to get a new bike every year. Our garage was filled with bikes.
Yeah, we was stealing bikes. Don't
Yeah, man.
Don't leave your bike outside. That boy is gone by the end of the night.
Stealing it and
Especially
spray
one-
painting it a
especially
different color.
What? A mongoose with mag wheels on it? You know what mag wheels is? Please?
You know what Max
you
is?
don't?
Oh, listen, I had a
We talking
chrome.
to a baby.
Listen,
Bags.
street. I had the chrome dirt bike with the mags on it. So Ruder steals it. Right? So I'm like, man, this nigga Ruder stole my bike, man. I'm like, damn, he know I know he stole it. I waited like 2 days. I'm gonna see if he bring it back. 2 days later, I go knock on the door. You know, they was on the back street. He just looked. He was like, go ahead, touch, man. I'm like, man, Ruder, man, you ain't have to steal my bike, Ruder. Like, damn, Ruder, you know I know you stole it.
Right.
Cause you know the neighborhood was so knit tight.
small.
By the end of the day, you would know who did what was what. But man, like the Beechwood Center, man,
Yeah, that was
football games up at Savage, man, like being at Sleep House on Pope. Man, riding around with Scott. I know these numbers, these stuff you don't really know, but like riding around with Scott, man, when Scott had the TVs with the rallies.
big on the old school.
Man, it was like a kid living a dream, man.
Did y'all like used to go to the Riverwalk? River Rock.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, River Rock.
Famous in the River Rock.
We did 100 bottles. We did 100 bottles in the River Rock.
Going
See,
away
no, I've probably
party.
been a couple times.
Cheese had
Not
a going away party.
the Zoo Bar.
We bought 100 bottles and 100 bottles of Moet. That's what we call it.
100 bottles.
Giving them away.
Yeah, we gave them
River
away.
I
Water
thought
God.
y'all was doing
Hell
something,
yeah.
didn't
So you couldn't
We
tell
were-
the crew nothing.
This before
then.
Instagram and all that.
Yeah, this is before social media. What was across the street from the River Rock?
Vondi's.
Vondi's on
Yeah,
the river.
Vondi's.
Yeah.
That was my spot too.
But remember, Skip Days, Belle
I
Isle,
used to come get you.
Jefferson.
I used to beg my mama to go.
You never been to
like
Skip Days?
beg, maybe once or twice. Yes, like I used to beg her to go to that.
You ain't had no life as a kid,
I
huh?
had a life,
Nah.
but it wasn't like y'all type
Man,
of outside.
if you wasn't on Jefferson in the
I bet,
summertime
yeah.
in traffic,
of course.
I'm telling you, if you wasn't in traffic on Jefferson ever in your life, you ain't from the
Well,
city.
listen. So I used to have a time where I have to come home at night, right?
No, she ain't had no time.
See, so I had a
You had a
time.
time
So I would have to call my
It's different,
mama
so you
and
a
be
woman.
like, "Look,
Yeah,
I am stuck on the bridge. I'm not gonna
Right.
make it in time."
Yeah,
Like
because you get stuck on that bridge.
You getting stuck on the
You
bridge,
getting stuck on that
and I'm
bridge,
getting in
dog.
trouble when I get home
But the-
because I'm supposed to manage my time properly
Right.
to be able to exit up out of there. I didn't know it was gonna be that much traffic. Like you would be paused for a good hour
Hell
just on the
yeah.
bridge.
But it like you said, she a girl, so it makes sense. Cause as soon as you said that, I thought about Drew and Dre, cause they not about to be outside like that. They ain't about to be. They ain't about. Nah, what you what? I'm gonna come get you. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about
Yeah.
it. Party over. I'm not dead. I'm coming in the party
Party
like party over.
And see, and my mama, I don't even want her to come get me. Don't embarrass me.
Yeah, I'm
Here I come. Like, don't worry about it.
No,
I'm about to get
no,
there.
stay there. You
No.
want to stay there? I'm on the way.
Like the twins' mama did them on ATL.
Right.
See, it's different. Like you said,
Right.
you a woman. We ain't have to worry about nothing like that.
But see, so the memories I got are like, I got two memories, right? So I got one when Streeto had the mink. Remember you had the mink back in the day,
Oh, Lord.
back in high school.
You had a meet in high school?
Yeah,
I thought
man.
Streeto was rich. I'm like, damn, this nigga got a mink. This nigga got money. Where the fuck you get a mink from? Because all these person I hear talk about mink is like my mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I want to get me a mink. And then I walked to school. He got on the mink. I'm like, man,
Man,
what the
that boy
fuck
straight
is-
down to the legends with the hat.
You know what?
No, it was a gift though. It was a gift. It was a gift. One of my big homies like. It was like my brother type / shit gave it to me, man.
Damn, so all these years that you bamboozled me,
Yeah,
huh?
bamboozle. But you never knew it was mine. You know what I'm
Yeah, but I'm
saying?
just saying, I'm like, damn, this nigga bought a mink. I wanted to ask you so bad, like, man, how much you pay for your mink?
It's like the changes now in the city. It's crazy. It's like the kids now today won't be able to live what we had. It's like so much gentrification going on now.
Yeah.
I mean, which is a good and a bad thing to me. Like, I see the changes in my neighborhood, and it's just like, you know, I don't know. I'm still a stickler of the good old days. Like, I don't necessarily want to see the change.
But see, I like change.
What the chain gonna consist of?
So it's like downtown, right? Back in like early 2000s, even like before that, how I was just dead. But now they bringing all this stuff in, and it's just, I feel like it's bringing more excitement to the city. It's bringing more jobs to the city. Cause when people talk about other places, like, I want to go to Atlanta, I want to go to Houston. The same thing happened there that's happening here.
So it's like Detroit is the new place. Okay, just say like how I look forward to going out of town to like Atlanta,
Yeah.
Miami, places like that.
Yeah.
People look forward to coming to Detroit. Is that what you almost is like now?
Yeah, because you got to think Atlanta wasn't like that, you know what I'm saying, before like what it is now. Like when the Olympics came, that's when they start building it up and making it crazy. But anytime somebody want to go somewhere, they be like, let's go to Atlanta.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they're doing the same thing here.
I mean, but who is this for?
I mean, it's for the people.
And for what people? For what people?
So what you getting
I
to?
mean, because I'm just saying, like, anytime there's gentrification that goes into a neighborhood, they're always pushing, you know, I'm not going to call us the original ones, but the black people out. Like, let's just call it what it is.
I ain't gonna say black people. I'm just gonna say people
Of
have
color.
and have nots. Like who got it and who don't got it.
But that's bullshit.
What you mean they push us out?
Meaning, like, they'll raise the prices for you to live there. So where people are comfortable now and staying where they've been all their lives, now the neighborhood goes up because they add a Starbucks or they add
in that area.
in that area.
Yeah.
So it brings who? It brings the white people there. You know, the white people have what? The money. So instead of them working with us to try to keep us in our houses, trying to keep us in our businesses, they raise the prices to move us out, to move them in, to make it more comfortable for them. They don't work with us to try to keep us there. Look at everybody that's on Livonia now and that was on Livonia. Like, it's good that some of us, and I'm not trying to make it seem like that we broke and can't afford anything. That's not it at all. But what we do have to recognize is the truth of it all. They do raise the prices to push us out to bring them in. And that's just really what it is. So then that goes back to my question of who is it really for?
Oh shit, I don't know.
I mean, how many blacks own, like, yes, and don't get me wrong, like, I really don't know the statistics in this, so I'm not going to act that too educated in it, and it's just only my opinion. But I want to know, and I don't know this, and it's only a question right now, how many of us truly own, you know, our properties?
You mean like
rented.
homes or it's just like buildings?
Both, homes and commercial properties.
I own my
our
own.
businesses. I mean, I own mine too.
All right,
But-
so we part of the.
I mean, but that's okay. But if I don't pay my taxes, who gonna own it? You know, if I get into a problem
So
and I
I'm-
lose my job, how they gonna help me keep it?
So I'm not gonna lie. I always think of that. I always feel like even though you own something, you don't own it.
Right, exactly.
Because if you don't pay your taxes, they can still take
You
your
never
house.
truly own anything.
Yeah, I do feel like that. I do
So-
feel that. But as far as gentrification, I don't feel like it's a bad thing. I feel like it's a good thing.
I mean, it's a business opportunity. So if you know how to play it, then of course.
Mm-hmm.
But for those that are not always educated and you may need some type of help to help you throughout, you know, your situation, they're no longer offering that. And I'm not going to say that. Let me take that back. I don't know if they're no longer offering. What I do know is that it's harder to keep.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I will say.
But I
I'm
feel
gonna read into this stuff. This sound important. So
Yeah, like-
I need to be knowing this kind of stuff.
yeah, like it's stuff. Like it is something you need to know. But I feel like I don't feel like it's a bad thing, man. I feel like it's just always been like
Bless
that.
your heart.
I don't feel like it's a bad thing, but I do feel like it's either you got it or you don't. But I feel like that's the way, that's the route that we going in
But
America
that's bullshit
anyway.
though, because some people need help. Like, we can't just forget about the people that may not have it all the way. But if you show them the way, they'll get to it.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't help them. This just pushes them out and say, okay, well, here, go to Southfield.
But
you know,
you-
it's nice there. Go.
It is nice in Southfield.
But no, but if I love my home and I've been here forever, don't try to push me out because now I can't afford it. Now you've raised certain taxes. Now you've raised, you know, the energy, the light bill, the gas bill. And now you're looking at me and telling me, well, what are you going to do?
But I feel like that's a personal problem.
How is that a personal problem?
It is.
Why?
Because when you get up,
See, and that is why we don't
But-
stick together.
but when you-
That's
huh?
why we don't stick together.
You smoking.
can't make it a personal problem.
You smoke, I don't know what you smoking.
And this is where I say when black people do not stick together, because you can't say either you got it or you don't. When some people don't have it, but they trying to figure out the resources to get to it, it's up to us to be able to tell them how to get it so that they can stay where they are.
I'm not against that.
Okay, but you can't say either you got it or you don't.
But I don't own America. I'm just telling you how America works.
And that's why we need to stick together as black people.
I'm with you on that.
All right.
Cook his ass. Cook his ass. Yeah.
All right.
I
So
like
now
that.
it's like, you know.
So much though. Like it's way deeper than that. Not to cut in, but it's way deeper than that because see.
Yeah, cause I'm freezing. My brain freezing.
sorry.
No, you good.
But I like the keep this.
So what ends
Yeah.
up happening? What ends up happening from a deeper level on that is yeah, we also get money. We go to another neighborhood, but we still work in the neighborhood we left. We paying taxes where we just left to make them look good, but where we work at and where we from
Don't look as
suffer
good.
from it because we took our tax dollars as far as property taxes and all that shit out of that community. Now the person that owns it or the person that rent it, they don't pay taxes, so they don't give a fuck about it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another hit that ends up happening. And then what ends up happening also further is the police. You know what I'm saying? The fire department, the other services, the tax dollars would help support our community get snatched out.
Okay.
Exactly. And then what did it used to be when Coleman ran it? If you worked for the city, you lived in the city.
Yeah.
Was Common about was he the best mayor we ever had?
Come with the truth though.
I mean,
Do you remember Common?
I,
No, for real though, because you just brought it up though, like you know you was on it though, for real.
you know, I know a little of my history, but you know, I was alive.
Yeah, Common was probably the best man.
So I'm gonna say this to just end my argument. I feel like gentrification in certain ways is good, and in certain ways is not good for certain people. I understand that, but me looking at certain, like I'm not gonna lie, I get excited when I hear about the new things that they bring
sure.
into the city, because it's like, dang, it's almost to the point where we're not gonna have to leave the city to go through. We don't have to go to Atlanta or Houston or these other places. We got everything here. You hear what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, of course, like you said, who own what? I'm not really into real estate, but the black people that are in the real estate, it's probably the time for them to jump into these mixes and try to get into these buildings and X, Y, and Z so they can have real estate in these certain
For sure.
places. Because I like when I'm scrolling on Instagram and it's a new place, I don't know, in Dearborn, or a new place over here, over there. It's like, damn, I'm gonna go check this out.
Mm-hmm.
This is like something that's out of town, but this in the city. Like, that's kind of exciting for me
For sure.
versus us doing the same thing like from back in the day. Like, we only had so many things we could do here. You see what I'm saying? It was just like, all right, we'll go to the strip club, we're gonna go to Benihana's, we're gonna go to the mall, might go to the bar. Like, we
No,
only
I
had
agree with
so
you.
many things to do. But now it's like, you can go downtown and shit, take your kids ice skating, or you can go over here and do the jumpy thing, or go, they building the big theater thing where you can watch the game and it's like you at the game downtown. Like, to me, that's dope. Like,
For
I
sure.
can't wait to like do those kind of activities like with my friends or something, versus like, man, let's try to go to Atlanta just so we can go there and do things. But now they putting it here.
in Detroit.
You can do it here. That's the only thing I'm saying. I don't know if it's like good or bad, but it's still like,
I mean, I just think it's a gift and a curse. I do understand what you're saying, and I do agree with that.
It's a who?
It's a gift and a curse.
Ironically, huh?
but look,
It is.
it's gonna always be 50-50 for change. It's gonna always be good, and it's gonna always be not good.
So what would it look like if they brought segregation back? Like, just in a good way. Like, hear me out. Not in a way of just us knowing where to shop. You know, all the black-owned businesses. Like, why is it that, like, we don't have it in our communities where in every corner there's something that's owned by us, whether it's a beauty supply store,
Right.
a soul food restaurant, a grocery store, like a Chinese food place, like anywhere we want to shop. Why is it that it's not on every corner in our neighborhood?
So this how I feel about that, right? Like, you go downtown, you got Greek Town, you got everybody got their own little
Town.
place, right?
Where's ours?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I would love for us. I feel like Livonia is damn near that. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of black-owned, amazing businesses on Livonia. But imagine if we had like all this stuff in one
big
area, right?
community.
Imagine you got everybody spending black dollars on in this one area.
It's owned
Like,
by all
I'm
They'll take it from
wait,
us.
and I'm not
You
even
think so?
Yeah.
Wait. I'm not even talking about just that. Like, grocery stores, doctor's offices, pharmacy, they're lawyers.
Everything.
Imagine you got all this in one block where you ain't gotta go to Target, you ain't gotta go to Walmart, you ain't gotta go to
Right.
12
Get
Oaks.
everything right here.
You ain't gotta go to these places. You got everything. This brand you got on right here. Man, everybody got their own stuff. You hungry? You want to get some shoes? I'm going over here. I can get everything I need.
Right.
I can get my fruit. I can get my whoop whoop whoop. I ain't gotta worry about nothing. Man, I would
You know
love
we
to see
had that, right? Hastings Street was that for us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but then again, look at history.
What?
Lake Lanier, what did they do? You know, that was a whole town that's underwater.
That shit ain't gonna happen now though.
I mean,
What's that?
But I'm just saying, like, anytime
Like
we
black-
thrive like that, You know, there's someone that comes and tears it down. They don't
Okay.
want us to succeed
That's
like
why you
that.
said they gonna
They
take it
can't-
from. They'll take it
Yeah,
from us.
for sure. But he said, nah.
That ain't gonna happen now. We a whole different breed. You mean tell me if you got a story, you gonna let this man come and tear your story down? Straight
No,
up?
it's like it's different now. Yeah,
That's
I
what
get
I'm.
what you're
That's
saying.
what I'm
yeah.
saying. So now that shit ain't gonna happen. We built this area, right? Our own Black Wall Street, right? We do it. Boom. Got our own area, our own Black Dollar. We imagine the YNs, right? Listen. Imagine the YNs being the new Black Panthers. That's all they are. They just got to change.
They just gotta change their focus.
They got to switch the focus. Imagine the white. They already got the pistols. They already got the mentality. Imagine
They
they
don't
say.
got the mentality.
No, I'm talking about the mentality
like
to.
New Era Detroit
Right.
people, like they could be
Right, they
somebody
shut
like,
down the whole gas station.
they
No,
shut down,
but no,
yeah.
but this is what I'm saying they got it. Imagine them running around, policing the streets. Imagine instead of them trying to pop off each other, no, we're gonna make sure Granny get in the house. We're gonna make sure the kids is safe. We're gonna make sure the police not roughing up this kid. Cause that's what the Black Panthers did back in the day.
Right.
They'd be on the corner with the shotguns, like, no, we got this right here. And then, like you said, back then, they took, you know what I'm saying, broke them all down, you know, through the government and all that. But imagine the YNs policing the streets, taking care of the community. You laughing, but I'm saying they
Right.
already got
Instead
the.
of killing each other.
They already got
killing
the
women,
gorilla. They already got the
killing
gorilla
babies.
mentality. They already got the gorilla mentality to do that.
Take over.
You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Maybe
Like-
we could see the kids back outside instead of playing with the games. Instead of being
Imagine that energy, bro. Imagine. But I mean, of course, it would take something like this for them to see it to probably be like, damn, cuz kind of talking something.
Yeah.
Imagine they
It's
did
making
like.
sense too.
Imagine they did like, I don't know, like fundraisers or stuff for the community. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that we can't do it. I'm just saying, if we're talking about segregation and how, if we spent our own money with our own community, man, we can get them something to do too.
Yeah.
With that one, so segregation came back. Like, would it be like to the point where all must be like racism going on? Like, will we still let them come over and spend their money in
Yeah.
the Black community?
Yeah, come get
You
some.
want it anyway. It
More-
tastes better.
Way more so, yeah.
Cause you gotta think, we spend the most money. So just imagine if we spent it just with ourselves. Like where we at now, like this is a Black-owned establishment. Imagine instead of us going, I don't know, booking a wedding at the Rooster Tail, book the
Come
wedding
here
right
and
here.
do it.
You giving the Rooster Tail 40, 50 grand, you can just do that right here.
I think it just really just goes down to us sticking together and us staying
That's
together.
it.
You know, regardless of the diversity within our group and within our community, if we could just literally stick together, we would really go far.
Yeah,
We would go far.
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
I think it can happen.
To wrap, and again, our condolences to the Davis family. Hope y'all get the justice y'all deserve. I know that don't bring y'all peoples back, but God bless y'all still one step closer. And
What you got on?
shout out to my girl Rosa, man,
Right.
over at Managed Kicks for the
Man.
gear in River Rouge, Michigan.
Can
You
y'all
stay fly.
Can y'all
Give
send me
her
something?
address,
Why
man.
you the only one that has some?
Y'all
Damn.
gotta be calling around, man. They be on it.
Yeah, man. That shit crazy.
10514 West Jefferson. Managed Kicks. Go check her out. Black on.
That's right.
Queen of Kicks. She got everything
Yeah.
up in there. Go check out. And thanks again. Till next time.
Yeah.
You heard us? Yeah.
Alright. What was it?
No, I had to start it. That's why I was going back and forth waiting.